What's going on? It's Audrey here with cbcanetwork.com. Welcome back to another Business Funding Made Easy live stream. I'm your host, Audrey, with the CBCA Network, owner and founder. On this channel, we talk about helping entrepreneurs and business owners optimize their personal and business credit so that they can get access to business and personal funding using a simple 5-step process. So if you're new to the channel, I highly recommend you hit the subscribe button as if there's some content that you think will help you get more funding in your business or for your personal. So welcome, guys. We're back. We're live. As you guys come into the chat, please type in your name and the city where you're calling in from, where you're located. We're going to have a good one tonight, man. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to get approved for any American Express card, any American Express, whether that's the business, Amex, personal. We're going to get into the nitty gritty of how to actually get approved for American Express cards tonight. So welcome, guys. I appreciate you. And as always, man, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it out. And we definitely appreciate the love and support. What's going on? What's new in the news, family? Hope you guys are having an awesome week. Also, our next one-day Business Funding Made Easy free masterclass will be going down May 28th, Saturday, May 28th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So make sure that you register. You can text the number below, text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360. Again, if you text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360, and we can get you registered for our next one-day event. It is a free event. We do have a VIP option. I highly recommend VIP because with VIP, you get 2 extra hours of Q&A. So you get an hour before the actual live stream in the Facebook group, and then you get an hour after, and you get all our handouts. So you get all our credit dispute letter handouts. You get our Business Funding Made Easy template guide. It comes with an operating agreement for your LLC. It comes with a handout for independent contractors. It comes with also comes with a handout for a independent contractor. It comes with a couple more documents. I can't think of them right now at the top of my head, but it comes with a bunch of different documents. We also give you a coaching document. So you'll get a coaching document where you can start to document things from the actual training, from the masterclass. So you can start taking notes, start making highlights on things that you need to start executing on once you leave that one-day event. So again, it will be taking place May 28th from 9 a.m. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then for VIPs, you'll be with me from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So definitely check that out. Sis, what's going on, sis? She said, thank you for covering this. Absolutely, man. I know it's been a hot buzz topic. A lot of people have been asking about it. So I just wanted to bring, shed some light on how to get your first Amex or your next Amex or your first American Express approval, because, I love me some Amex, man. The good, the bad, the ugly. But one thing about Amex is you can definitely get a bag. If you play your cards right, you can definitely get a bag with American Express. What's going on, Fred? Fred said, hello. Thanks for the time and the knowledge. Absolutely. Welcome, my brother. Appreciate you being here. You guys, as you come into the chat, just let me know what city, what state you're tapping in from. I'm right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today's been a good day. We got a lot of people reached out to us about working with us on our new program, our new one-on-one accelerator program. If you have already signed up, you'll be getting an email later on tonight with some updates and some information that we'll need to get you guys going. So just if you're watching this on the replay and you are a part of our one-on-one accelerator program, if you would like more information, I'll put my email here in the description. Reach out to me at info@cbcanetwork.com if you would like more information on our, how our team can help you get your first or your next $200,000 in funding for your business. All right, let's get to it. So in regard to, I'm gonna bring up my screen here, guys. 1 second. In regards to getting approved for American Express, right? A lot of people have struggles with getting approved for American Express. They are a tier 2 bank. right? And they're not necessarily a bank, and I'll explain what I mean here in a minute. So when it comes to American Express, there's a few things that you have to consider and understand when it comes to this company. Now, just a little history lesson, a little backstory on American Express. At one point in time, American Express and Wells Fargo was actually the same bank. So the people who branched off from Wells Fargo, I believe it was Henry Wells and another gentleman started Wells Fargo together. And that gentleman and another person left Wells Fargo and started American Express. Okay. So back in the late 1800s, American Express was birthed. They actually are over 100-year-old company. So that's just a caveat there. Now, the interesting thing about American Express that a lot of people are aware of or maybe don't remember is that up until recently, American Express was primarily a charge card. And the difference between a charge card and a revolving credit card is with a charge card, right? Like this American Express Platinum, for instance, right? It is a card that you have to use and pay in full. So unlike a revolving, let's say Chase, Sapphire, or Bank of America Cash Rewards Visa, where you are able to spend and carry a balance over the next 30 days or so, with American Express back in the late 60s, even early 50s, 60s, 70s, definitely into the mid 80s, they were a charge only card. Okay. Meaning that basically you had to pay in full whatever you used with American Express for that month. So, that's just a little bit of history. Now, here's another interesting fact in regards to American Express. American Express is one of the 4 payment networks in the United States and probably worldwide. There's probably a few more I'm forgetting about, but when we're talking about payment networks, if you ever look in the bottom right-hand corner of your debit card or your credit card, you've always probably seen either a Visa sign or a MasterCard sign, right? But if you ever went into a retail store, like say a Walmart or like a convenience store, Shell or QT gas station, if you notice on the door, they tell you what forms of payment they accept. And generally it's a sign and it says that they accept Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. Now, the reason why that is because American Express is also a payment processor. And basically what a payment processor is they are like the middleman to capture transactions. So when you go to Target, right, and you swipe your card at the register, right, at the kiosk, what American Express does is they collect the payment, they charge Target a fee, and then whoever, they'll send the rest to the merchant. So in this case, it would be Target. Right, so they charge Target a percentage of that sale every transaction. There's a fee involved. That's why back in the day, for those of you who are 30 plus, grew up in the 90s like myself, you remember that there was a time when American Express was not accepted everywhere. Now that has changed over the years, and now they are accepted in more locations worldwide. I actually even used my American Express card. Just recently took a trip to Jamaica. So that's just kind of the backstory of American Express. So let me bring up my screen because I want to kind of get into tonight's topic. I don't want to waste too much time. But that's just kind of like, the backstory on American Express as a whole, right? And so now you can see, let's get into how to get approved for any American Express card. Now, if you came to any of our one-day business funding made easy masterclass, I'm gonna put a caveat in front of this. You need to make sure that you have structured your personal credit properly. And in regards to American Express, you cannot ever have had any bad history with them. They're like Chase, they're like Navy Federal. Once you cross them, once you don't pay them, once you put them in a bankruptcy, that is it. That is it. That is it. It's done. They are petty. They will hold a grudge. They probably won't let you back into their fold. I've seen it where people have literally paid Amex back $15,000, $20,000 that maybe was a charge off or maybe had a payment arrangement. and still was not able to recover or, repatch that relationship. So just one thing about once you're in the fold with American Express specifically, please, please, please be sure to make sure that you don't mess that relationship up. And I know a lot of people have called this being an MX jail. I myself have kind of been in the doghouse with MX a time or two, but always been able to keep the relationship stable and steady. So if you're looking at my screen, right, the first thing in getting approved for any American Express credit card, whether that's business or personal, remember with American Express, the reason why I love them so much is because they have great options for personal cards and business cards, and they only do one hard inquiry. So you can get multiple American Express cards, which is one pull on your personal credit. Okay. Now, for those of you, you've seen people post in Facebook groups saying that, oh, American Express is no PG, they didn't pull my credit. The reason being is probably because of what I'm about to talk about, or you have already had a personal relationship with them or a business relationship. Remember, American Express is only going to pull your credit one time. All right. So first things, number one, if you're trying to get approved for your first American Express card, the easiest way to do this is to become an authorized user on someone else's positive account. Now, this person cannot have late payments. They cannot, carry high balances. That's another thing with American Express. They really don't like when you carry a balance. And that's because, like I said earlier, they are a payment network, right? They're like Discover, they're like Visa, they're like Mastercard. They really don't like when you carry a balance. That's why up until the 90s or, recently, they never really offered any type of revolving cards because they had just the charge cards, the green card. Then later on, it came with the gold card and the platinum. And those are all charge cards. Now, the way they have it set up now, you can carry a balance with those cards. But that's recently. That's more so developed over the last 2 years. Prior to, 2020, those platinum and gold and green card that were charge cards and business and personal editions, you really couldn't keep a balance on those cards, okay? So if you become an authorized user on someone else's good history with American Express, you now are in their ecosystem. Now, the downside to this is you won't necessarily get the age. So let's say that person has had that American Express card for 10 years. What American Express does is they start reporting the history from the date that they added you. So if that person had that card, May 2022. So if that person had that card since May of 2012 and they added you in April, your history will only go back from April of 2022 moving forward. So you wouldn't get any history before April of 2022, meaning that you wouldn't get any of that 10-year history that person had on that card, right? So that's kind of the downside. But the beauty of this strategy, if you become an authorized user on, let's say your mom, so if you're new to credit, let's say you never really had a high limit credit card, or you haven't really got your first tier 1, tier 2 personal credit card yet, your Chase, your Bank of America, Wells Fargo, etc., right? US Bank, TD Bank. What you can do is get added to someone else's American Express card as an authorized user. And now, like I said, the benefit of doing this is now you're in their ecosystem. Now they have your internal data. They have your name. They have your social security. They have your address, right? And sometimes they may even get your email address. But what starts to happen is once they have that data on you, let's say 3 months in, now you may start to get pre-approved letters in the mail or offers asking you to apply for an American Express card in the mail, right? Because you've been added to someone's authorized user account that's in good standing. So we have to make sure it's in good standing. Make sure the balance is low. You want to be somewhere around 10% on that individual trade line. So even if it's a $10,000 card, make sure they're paying down the balance to about $1,500 every single month. You don't want to carry a balance with American Express revolving or charge card on the personal side. The business side is okay. But they really despise that on the personal side. That's just a side note for American Express. All right. So become an authorized user. That's the easiest way to get into the ecosystem of American Express and get approved for your own American Express card. Now, remember what I said. The beauty of American Express is that once you get that first hard inquiry, right, which if they send you a pre-approval or an offer to apply and you get approved, right, whether it's business or personal, and you can go to a site like cardmatch.com, make sure you use the incognito browser. When you do it, go to the incognito browser, type in your information and see if American Express comes up. If you get something in the mail and American Express comes up, what I would suggest you do is don't take the letter from the mail and apply with that code. Just go straight to American Express website, use the incognito browser, because usually these cards come with reward point bonus, like sign-up bonuses. And typically, if you use the incognito browser, the sign-up bonus will be much higher than if you apply without the incognito window. So that's just a free game for you guys. But yeah, so that's number one, become an authorized user with American Express. I don't recommend paying for this. See if you can get a family member, friend, church member, someone that you trust, someone that you know is good with credit, someone that you can, trust with your, helping you build your credit. But that's what I would do, right? You may even want to see a copy of the last statement showing what the balance is, what the available limit is in regards to utilization, all of that good stuff. Ask them, say, hey, can I see your last statement balance? I just want to make sure that, everything is on the up and up. All right. So number 2 is open up an American Express high yield savings account. Okay. Now, with this savings account, there's some game you got to do with this. You want to make sure that you keep a minimum of $200, $200 to $500 every single month for at least 90 days. At least 90 days. $200 to $500. If you can't put $200 in this account, don't open the account. Okay. And the reason why that number is important, when we talk about, again, for those of you who have attended any of our Business Funding Made Easy one-day masterclasses, you know how much importance is placed on that bank rating with different banks. American Express being one of the top ones to pay attention to that bank rating with this strategy, right? Opening an American Express savings account. Now, Wells Fargo is the same. Same with, Chase. They want you to have a relationship. This is relationship banking at its finest, right? When you have a savings account with American Express, you have $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, maybe even $1,000. That would be great. That'll get you into that low three, right? That $1,000 balance. That's really where you start to hit that sweet spot with any credit union, tier 2, tier 3 bank. Tier 1s, you got to put more money in. Bank of America, $5,000, $10,000 average daily balances, etc. The higher the tier, the more money you need to keep in the account. All right. So with that being said, if you open up a high yield savings account, you are also putting yourself into the ecosystem. Remember, the goal of tonight's call is to get approved for it without any letters in the mail, or we're thinking about it. This is for automatic approvals. How to get an automatic yes for your first American Express card. Again, if you open up the high yield savings account, right? Now what you're doing is you're building a relationship with American Express. Relationship banking, that's going to be the key. I talk a lot about this at our next one-day Business Funding Made Easy Masterclass. So if anybody who's on this live has attended one of our masterclasses, and if you would like to attend our next one-day Business Funding Made Easy free event, it's going down May 28th. You can text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360. But now, so when you open up the savings account, make sure you keep a bare minimum $200. $200 is like having zero in this account, right? $200 to $500, preferably over a 60 to 90 day period, and then go on Card Match again, see if American Express pops up, see if you get anything in the mail, and then you apply. All right. If y'all enjoying this, man, type a 1 in the chat for me, man. Make sure y'all sharing this out. Make sure y'all like this video. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, family, and we appreciate y'all support. We're gonna get to some questions here in a minute, man. But I just wanted to throw some game out here because I know a lot of people are struggling to get an American Express approval. So I just wanted to come tonight, give you guys some game and help you, get approved for your first Amex. All right. And then so number three, and this is where This is where game comes into play. Remember, we said number 2, we want to open up a savings account. But American Express also has prepaid debit cards. So number 3 is open up and use an American Express Bluebird prepaid debit card. Now, when you're using this prepaid debit card, use it as cash. So pay like your main bills, your bills that you automatically have to pay every month, your light bill, your grocery bill, your cell phone, things that you must have in order to survive, whether you have income or not, right? That's how we're going to categorize the use of this debit card. This is not a debit card to go and buy the new LaMelo balls, which I did this weekend. But that was not with bill money. So God is good. But so use this debit card for transactions that you would normally pay cash for or normally have to spend anyway. So like I said, gas in your car, food for groceries, light bill, rent, things like that, right? And what you want to do is you want to have, at least minimum, I would say 5 to 10 transactions with this debit card. Now you can go, do smaller purchases, but you want to have purchases of about $80 to $100, about 8 to 10 of them. You put about $800 to $1,000 in spend if you can. And again, the easiest way to do that is to pay your rent, pay your utilities, pay things that automatically are budgeted for every month, right? You budget for these things every month, or you should be budgeting for these things every month. Use the debit card to pay for those transactions, not going to the mall, vacation, things like that. Use this Bluebird prepaid debit card for your monthly expenses, okay? And again, the reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to establish that relationship with American Express, right? Because American Express, when you have a solid relationship with them, you can literally run up a bag. My first Amex card went from a $2,000 limit to a $6,000 limit. My next Amex card, the Amex Platinum, right? This card right here, at one point in time had a $40,000 limit. Okay. My first business gold card with American Express, the highest limit that one has had was $60,000. It hovers somewhere around 20, 25 now. So what I'm saying to you is, when you get in with American Express, when you get your first approval, right? The beauty of it is not only do you get access to high limits, you get access to multiple lines of credit. You can get business credit cards with American Express. You can get personal credit cards, right? With one hard inquiry. So hopefully this was some game for you guys tonight. I know you guys got questions. I want to kind of take some questions in regard to what we're covering tonight. But if you guys got questions about some other things, let me know and we can get into a little bit of Q&A. But again, for those of you that are watching on the replay, make sure you text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360 to get registered for our next Business Funding Made Easy one-day masterclass. This is the only masterclass where you get a literal blueprint on how to get your first or your next $100,000 in personal and business funding using our simple 5-step process. Okay. So I appreciate you, family, for rocking with me as always. For those of you guys that are new, make sure you share this video out. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if this information is good for you, okay? But let's get into some Q&A. I think my screen is, I got a little bit of delay. So let's just I'm going to go through the chat and see what we got. All right, so Maco Lady says, thank you for doing this. I recently joined your podcast. I'm in Virginia Beach. What's going on, Virginia Beach? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dino said, is it too late to sign up for it? Is it too late to sign up for the one-on-one accelerator? No. If you're asking about the one-on-one, no. Just shoot me an email. All right. Mocha Lady 10 says, I got 2 LLCs, real estate, hair salon. So far, I signed up for Fuelman, Nav, Uline, Crown, and Quill. Yeah, that's a good start. That's a good start. You got Nav in the mix. You got Fuelman. That's a good one. That reports to all 3 business bureaus. Uline is great. Even if you don't get a net 30 with Uline, you still get, get a trade line that reports to Dun & Bradstreet and Experian. Crown reports to Experian, Quill, D&B. So that's great. Lavonda said, has anyone experienced different scores on your 2 NAV accounts? Sometimes NAV reports in arrears, so you may have different updates. The easiest way, Lavonda, to get the most accurate information and data from NAV is just to call them every 2 weeks and ask them to update your scores. So every 2 weeks, just go into your NAV account, call the number, and ask them to update it. Anthony Warren says, what can you do if you're blocked on check systems? You got to clean that up. You got to go pull your check systems, see who's flagged your check systems with a negative remark, and then reach out to them and try to work that out. But that's the only way that I know of. You can open up a dispute with check systems, but 9 times out of 10 they're going to side with the institution. So it's better just to go straight to the institution. My guy Pedro, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. I know you're part of our one-on-one accelerator program for sure. He said mind blowing. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just things you have to kind of consider, man. Because one thing about American Express, you have to understand, like I said, they're not a typical bank. They don't really have like branches. Like you can't go into an American Express bank branch. I want to say they're like the 18th largest bank in America, right? So they're not even in the top 15 yet. They do billions of dollars in revenue because of the fees they charge, because of the fact that they charge retail institutions like Target, like Walmart, places that accept American Express. They have to pay a fee to accept American Express. All right, and it's typically higher than like a Visa or Mastercard. That's why you ever notice, right? And I'm getting into some stock game. I'm not a stock expert at all, but if you ever notice, whenever there's a tight economy or a recession or things get really bad, Visa and MasterCard stocks typically perform the best because money moves into those stocks because people still gonna swipe Visa, MasterCard logo cards. So they're always bringing in revenue, even in a down economy. My guy Anthony said, does this work if you have issues with check systems? Yes, American Express, to my knowledge, does not pull check systems for the Bluebird prepaid debit card or the savings account. So you would just have to check. All right, fam. Any other questions, man? I wanted to wrap this up pretty quick. Mocha Lady said, I appreciate you. I definitely took note on the Amex. That's my goal to have. Yeah, Amex is doable, man. Don't let the gurus and people who flex on IG and social media make you think that it's a hard card to get. Getting the American Express Platinum is actually easier than the Everyday, the Blue Cash Preferred. The Gold card is pretty easy to get, you know, even if at 640, 670. Yeah, it's not that bad. But yeah, fam, if y'all don't have any questions, man, we're going to wrap this one up. Again, if you are looking for a blueprint on how to get your first or your next $100,000 in business funding, make sure you attend our one-day Business Funding Made Easy Masterclass. The next date is May 28th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. All you have to do to get registered is text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360. Put your information in. We'll send you an email with a link to join our free Facebook group. If you decide to do the VIP option, you will get a link for the Zoom call 2 days before the event. So I do recommend VIP just because you get more time, you get to ask questions, you get to be more interactive. But yeah, man. Also, again, I'll put the email up here if you are looking to work with our team and help you reach your funding goals faster. So if you're looking to get your first or your next $200,000 in funding, shoot me an email at info@cbcanetwork.com and just in the subject line type one-on-one inquiry or one-on-one information. And I'll be glad to pass that information along to you guys. But I appreciate you again for rocking with me as always. Nicole said, do you know much about Loan Depot? Loan Depot typically has higher interest rates, but they do, I want to say they take less documentation. I'm not 100% familiar with them, Nicole. But I know from what I know, they're a little less heavy on the paperwork. So they're more of a low doc, maybe 1 year tax returns, 6 months, 1 month of pay stubs. But typically they have higher rates than you'll find in like a bank or anything. Big Sip said, I'm late and passing in. Got to catch the recap, but I hit that like button for you. Blessings. Catch you next week. Appreciate you, Big Sip, as always, man. Also, I think Big Sip, you have reached out to me, man, about getting into the one-on-one accelerator, man. Check your emails for those of you. Okay, inquiring for your daughter. Yeah, I personally would say Loan Depot is a great option if you have like a deal you're trying to fund where maybe it's outside the box, maybe it needs a little bit more repairs than a traditional lender would want to accept things like that, because some of the conventional lenders, they are a little bit more picky when it comes to upgrades and outdated and things like that. But yeah, Loan Depot, I mean, in regards to rates, they're definitely higher than most lenders, but you just have to, and their fees are much too. Their fees are a lot more higher than a typical lender. Yeah, Lavonda said, don't forget to hit the like button, family. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully this was some good game. Hopefully you were able to come away understanding how to get approved for your first American Express personal or business credit card. Another thing about American Express, on the business side, they do business term loans. They offer you all of that information once you become a member. Once you're a customer, they will open up the floodgates to you. They will open up the floodgates. Nicole says, should she wait to apply for them? Yes, I will wait. I will wait. I will definitely go with another option for sure. But I can give you my personal mortgage and hard money lender info, Nicole. So yeah, I would definitely go with another lender. One more time with that email address. So the email is info@cbcanetwork.com. And just put in the subject line, just put one-on-one. We just onboarded about 8 people this week, and we're looking to get 20 people enrolled. So if you got interest, definitely tap in with me. But yeah, that's it, family. We got a lot more content coming. If you're one of our online training students, we definitely got a lot more videos for you guys loading up this week and next week. And yeah, for everybody that's in the one-on-one accelerator program, make sure you tap in, and we'll go ahead and oh my God, Josh, tapping in. Yeah, make sure y'all tap in to the Get Business Credit live stream, 10:30 Eastern. Make sure y'all tap in. Shout out to my guy Josh. Make sure y'all subscribe to my guy channel, and make sure y'all hit the like button, man. But yeah, that's it, family. We're gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me as always. We got more vlogs coming, more videos on how to get more approvals. But I just wanted to give some game tonight on American Express, because I know a lot of people are struggling with getting that first American Express. And the gurus, they want to charge your arm and a leg to get some info. All right. But again, appreciate y'all for rocking with me, family. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. It helps our content get out to a wider audience. And we'll see you on next week's live stream. Talk soon.